Tellico Village is continually rated as one of the best places in the entire country to retire. It sits right along Tellico Lake. It has the Smoky Mountains in the background. So Smoky Mountains just about 30 minutes away. Absolutely beautiful setting with the lake, the mountains, and then all the green trees that are left here in this community. They didn't come and clear cut this community like they do a lot of them. They left tons of green trees. So as you're driving throughout your neighborhood, there's gonna be trees everywhere. Absolutely beautiful community. The residents here enjoy all kinds of lake activities from boating, fishing, kayaking, paddleboarding, and then just a short drive to get into the Smoky Mountains. Now, my grandparents actually live on this lake in Tellico Village, and I grew up playing on this lake, boating, tubing, skiing, wakeboarding, all kinds of stuff. Absolutely love that. So if you have grandkids, I can promise they're going to want to come visit you if you live here in Tellico Village. In addition to the beautiful setting that Tellico Village is in, it also has incredible amenities. It has 3 championship golf courses. It has a really nice wellness center with cardio equipment, weight training equipment, has tons of pickleball courts and tennis courts. One of the favorite things for a lot of people that live in Tellico Village, though, is the social aspect. So there are tons of different clubs and associations for just about any interest you could have, from golf associations, pickleball, hiking, book clubs, all kinds of stuff. So it makes it really easy to get plugged in and get connected with people when you're moving from out of state. Now, the location of the community is really important to most people when choosing a retirement community. And like we already showed you, it literally sits right along one of the most beautiful lakes in East Tennessee, Tellico Lake. It's in the foothills of the Smoky Mountains, so beautiful setting. But a lot of people really want to know, how close is the closest major healthcare? How close are we going to be to shopping? And the answer to that is, for the most part, extremely close. So the closest grocery store is actually here in the village, just a few minutes away. So wherever you live in the community, you're going to be just a few minutes away from a grocery store. There is a clinic for medical care in the community. For your primary health care, there's physical therapy. And then the closest hospital is going to be in Lenoir City, just about 15 minutes away. There are several other hospitals and just about any specialty you could possibly need for healthcare in Knoxville, just about 25 minutes from here. So as far as your healthcare goes, everything you could possibly need within about 25 minutes. Like I said, the closest hospital 15 minutes away in Lenoir City. Now, downtown Knoxville is going to be about 45 minutes from here. Downtown, like I mentioned, Tellico Village is consistently rated one of the top places to retire in the country. Well, downtown Knoxville is actually consistently rated as one of the top downtowns to visit in the country. So people are coming to visit Knoxville because it's such a cool downtown. You're just 45 minutes away. So going downtown to shows or going downtown for a nice dinner, whatever you enjoy doing in a downtown setting, downtown Knoxville is a really great place to be able to do that. And that's just 45 minutes away. The closest airport is the Knoxville Airport, about 35 minutes away. The closest international airports are Nashville and Atlanta. Atlanta is about 3.5 hours. Nashville is about 2.5 hours. The closest major shopping area is called Turkey Creek. It's the largest shopping area in all of East Tennessee. It's about 400 acres of shops and restaurants and other offices. There are over 50 retailers, over 50 restaurants as well. And so there's a ton to do in Turkey Creek if you need access to any kind of shopping, Costco or any kind of boutique or local store. There's tons of stuff over in Turkey Creek. And then the last thing I wanted to mention on location, this is kind of the middle of Tellico Village where I am right now. This is the main part of the village. There's another section of Tellico Village called Kahiti that we'll reference throughout the video. But right here in the main part of the village, like I said, 25 minutes to Turkey Creek, which is the big shopping area. To get to Kahiti, you're driving another 25 minutes from here. So you're a good distance to Kahiti from the main part of the village. So just keep that in mind when looking at properties in Tellico Village. If you're looking at properties in Kahiti, you're going to be an additional 25-minute drive to get over into Knoxville. You're probably wondering, how much do the homes cost in Tellico Village? And for a new construction home, they're going to start around $500,000 and go up from there. Now, if you buy a resale that's maybe a little outdated, you can get under $500,000. But for new construction, they're going to start around $500,000. This one right here is listed for just under $900,000. Let's go check it out. By the way, if you want to see a customized home search of everything that's currently available in Tellico Village on the market, right now while you're watching this video, scan this QR code or click on the home search link in the description down below this video, and it'll show you everything that is right at this very minute listed for sale in Tellico Village. Now, this home right here, like I said, just under 900,000. It's just around 3,000 square feet, so it's larger than most of the homes in Tellico Village. But as you can see, nicely built, nice finishes. Most of the homes here are going to have this nice open floor plan and kitchen, living room, kind of all in the middle with the open floor plan. They're going to have nice finishes in the kitchen, and then typically they're going to have at least 3 bedrooms on the main level. So this particular home here actually has 4 bedrooms on the main level, but most of them are going to have at least 3, and then sometimes a bonus room upstairs. So the typical home in Tellico Village is going to be at least 500,000 at the minimum. Most of the time, it's going to be closer to 6 or 700,000. You're going to get around 2,000 to 2,200 square feet, 3 bedroom, 2 or 2.5 bathroom, and maybe a bonus room upstairs. And so one of the things that's really important to a lot of people is to have all the living space on the main level, you know, kitchen, living room, and the bedrooms all on one level, and the bathrooms, of course. And so that's what you get in this home and almost all the new homes here. And then you're typically going to have a screened-in porch as well, or a patio like this one. You're going to have you know, a nice backyard area. Most of the lots here are around 1/4 to 1/3 of an acre. So not huge, but big enough to have an area to enjoy your outdoor area. Also enough area to have a fence for a dog, which a lot of people, you know, that's important to a lot of people. So this is kind of just your typical layout for a house. Although this one is a little bit bigger than the average, but most of them, like I said, you're going to get that main level living area, the screened-in patio, and you're going to be somewhere in that $500,000 to $900,000 range most of the time. If you are thinking about making the move to Tellico Village, our real estate team has helped dozens of people just like you make that move to Tellico Village. We know this community extremely well. If you just have questions, feel free to reach out to us, or if you're ready to make the move, feel free to reach out. You can scan the QR code on the screen here to schedule a Zoom call with us, or click the link down in the description to schedule a Zoom, or if you'd rather just simply text us at the number on the screen here, and we would love to connect with you. The weather in Tellico Village and East Tennessee in general is one of the things that a lot of people really like about the region. So you have a pretty moderate temperature throughout the year. In the winter, it's usually around 50 degrees or so in January, and that's the coldest month of the year. So usually during the day around 50 degrees. In the summer, the hot months, June, July, and August, it's usually going to be in the upper 80s. Sometimes it'll get up into the 90s, but not too bad. And you can play golf all year long, which is one thing that a lot of people really like. A lot of our clients are moving up from Florida, which of course you can play golf all year long in Florida. But that's one of the questions we get a lot. You know, moving up from Florida, obviously it's going to get colder up here than it is down there. But yes, you can play golf all year long here. So that's one of the big benefits. But you also get all 4 seasons. So even though in the winter it's typically not too cold, it does get cold enough, and we usually get 1 or 2 snows a year. I think on average, it's only about 5 inches total of snowfall per year. So really not a lot. It usually melts within a day, but you do get to enjoy all 4 seasons. You get to enjoy the fall colors during the fall. You get to enjoy a nice spring, and then summer as well. And then one of the other things that people really like about it is there aren't very many severe weather events. So obviously you don't have hurricanes. It's not on the coast. You also don't have very many severe tornadoes. Middle Tennessee has a lot more severe tornadoes. So a lot of people will hear about severe tornadoes in Tennessee, but that's primarily in Middle Tennessee. East Tennessee is between 2 mountain ranges. So Tellico Village sits in the Tennessee River Valley, and having those 2 mountain ranges on each side sort of protect this region from those severe tornadoes. So it's really a pretty safe area to live, drives down insurance costs, and that's what a lot of people really like, just the overall climate, weather, all 4 seasons, and everything that goes with that. One of the most important factors to a lot of people is the golf courses, and there are 3 really nice golf courses here in Tellico Village. You have Tanasi, Tokwa, and Kahiti. This is Kahiti out here behind me, and all 3 of them are super nice. This one is actually a link style golf course, and then you have Tanasi and Tokwa that are in the main part of the village. So Kahiti obviously is located in the Kahiti community of Tellico Village, so that separate section of Tellico Village, but this is honestly one of the coolest golf courses here. I really enjoy this course. I actually used to work at Tanasi during the summers when I was in college. I worked at Tanasi doing maintenance, mowing greens and stuff like that, and we actually got to play these courses for free. So literally every single day in the summers I was playing these courses. I've played these courses hundreds of times. They're really nice courses, really fun to play. So that's one of the big aspects of moving to Tellico Village for a lot of people is how are the courses, how well kept up they are. you know, how well are they designed? And I can tell you these are really nice courses, really well kept up. People are not disappointed when they come out here and play these courses. One of the things you can do is you can actually book a discovery tour package. And when you come to visit, you can actually have them book you a tee time. If you want to have that done for you, reach out to us and we can book that package for you, get you set up with a stay and a round of golf here so you can just see for yourself. But really nice courses here. I don't think you'll be disappointed. So this is the Yacht Club out here behind me, and the Yacht Club has a super nice restaurant inside, and then it's also got the marina right here. And what a lot of people love about this is you can drive your boat from, you know, whatever marina you keep it at, or from your house if you live on the lake, dock it over here and have dinner. There's also one other restaurant that is on the lake at Tenassi, and it's actually in the process of being rebuilt right now. It burned down in a fire. They're rebuilding it right now. So there are 2 restaurants here in Tellico Village where you can actually drive your boat, dock at the marina, go have dinner, and then go back to your house. So a lot of people really love that. This one right here is called the Yacht Club, like I said, and this is really the main marina in the village. It's where you have gas, and it's where a lot of the boat slips are. One thing to know about the marinas in Tellico Village is there's really a pretty long wait for a boat slip right now. So if you're moving here and you want to get a boat slip, you're likely going to be waiting a year plus before you can get one. Now, sometimes you can actually purchase a boat that comes with a boat slip. So that can be an option for you if you really want to get a boat slip. But just something to know, there is quite a long wait. There's also a place to keep kayaks and paddle boards here. So there's really a lot of different things that you have access to as far as the lake goes in Tellico Village. You've got the paddleboard and the kayak storage, the marina, and a lot of people just really enjoy spending time on the lake, going to the different restaurants. You know, one of the things that a lot of people try to do when they move to Tellico Village is just become friends with somebody with a boat. Everybody wants to spend time on the lake. Not everybody wants to have to deal with a boat. So one of the best things to do, just be friends with somebody with a boat. You can come out here and enjoy all this. So this facility right here is one of the things that really sets Tellico Village apart from a lot of other communities. So most of the communities have some sort of fitness center and maybe some tennis courts and pickleball courts, but Tellico Village really takes it to another level. And there's actually another fitness facility that we'll take you and show you real quick after this. But this is the Wellness Center. It's a super nice fitness center that has weight training equipment, cardio equipment. They have group classes. There is a indoor pool for swimming. And then outside here, they have a pickleball pavilion, which is covered pickleball courts. There's also uncovered pickleball courts. So there's a ton of pickleball courts over there. And then they also have tennis courts up the hill. And then this building right behind me here is actually a medical facility. They have a primary care doctor that is on staff there, and also a physical therapy office. And then they have some specialties that will come on a weekly basis. So if you have, you know, regular appointments with a particular specialty that comes here, then you can actually just make appointments here in the community rather than going over to maybe Knoxville or something like that for your medical care. But this whole facility right here is one of the things that, like I said, really sets Tellico Village apart when you compare it to some of the other communities that have, you know, pretty small fitness facilities and really not very much to offer. This one really takes it above and beyond. So this is the Choto Recreation Center out here behind us, and here, of course, you have more tennis courts and pickleball courts. You got to have your tennis courts and pickleball courts, but you also have a basketball gym inside, and you have an outdoor pool actually here as well. So the outdoor pool in the main part of the village is located out here, and then you have an outdoor pool in Kahidi. But, you know, basketball, tennis, pickleball, and so all kinds of activities here. And there's also meeting space. You know, there's tons of clubs in Tellico Village, and so there's space in this building that people can use to meet and have, you know, those social gatherings. So this is the Kahidi community here. And like I mentioned, this is about 20 minutes further away from the main part of the village, but this is their clubhouse back here. They've got a little restaurant in there, and they have a driving range. They've got an outdoor pool, and then really beautiful community. And one thing that you get here in Kahidi that you don't get as much in the main part of the village is mountain views. You're actually down closer to the Smoky Mountains, so you get some really nice mountain views when you're here in Kahidi. The Kahidi community has a fitness center, but it's really not nearly as big as the wellness center in the main part of the village. So if you want to get access to the nicer fitness center, you're going to have to drive, you know, about 20 minutes to get up to the wellness center. And then there's a grocery store right outside Kahidi, but to get over to Knoxville or Maryville, it's a little bit of a further drive than from the main part of the village as well. One of the questions we get all the time from our clients is what kind of access you have to walking trails in the communities around here. And Tellico Village has access to a lot of walking trails in the village, but also some outside of the village. So in the village, you have some paved trails like this one right out here behind us. This loops right around the wellness center. And then you also have a lot of dirt trails that are throughout the community. So the Tellico Village residents actually keep up with most of these trails that are throughout the community. And so you've got hiking trails as well as paved trails. And then there's another gravel trail across the street here. So if you want something that's really not kind of as off-road, not really a hiking trail, but more of just a gravel trail, you do have access to that as well. And right outside of Tellico Village, when you come into the entrance, there's also a large trail system along the lake. But this is one of the hiking trails back through here. And there are a bunch of these kind of throughout the community. So this one, of course, starts up here at the Wellness Center, but these go through a lot of the different neighborhoods. And so if you live in any of the neighborhoods, there's probably gonna be a hiking trail similar to this, somewhere relatively close by that you can get out and just enjoy a hike, take the dogs for a walk, or just get out and get a little bit of exercise. One of the other things you have access to that is really not too far away is the Smoky Mountains. I mean, obviously one of the most popular national parks in the entire country. And so just within about a 45-minute to an hour drive, you can get up to some incredible hiking in the mountains. So a lot of these trails throughout the village here, but if you want to get access to a ton of incredible hiking in the mountains, it's just a short drive away as well. So one of the great things about living in Tellico Village is having access to Tellico Lake here. And of course there are homes that sit right along the lake, but if you don't live in one of those homes, you're still likely going to want to have access to the lake, especially if you have grandkids that are coming to visit. So this park right here has this white sand beach. You can swim here. It's got this pavilion, it's got grills, it's got a playground over here. And then there are some boat docks over here as well. This is part of the boat docks that you have access to in Tellico Village. But even if you live in a home that is not right on the lake, you still have access to the lake through places like this, the boat ramps, and the marinas. A lot of our clients that are moving here are dog lovers, and there's a really nice dog park here in Tellico Village. It's about 2 acres, and it's split into 2 different sections, one for larger dogs, one for smaller dogs. So there's tons of walking trails and everything to walk your dogs. But if you want to bring your dog to the dog park and get to hang out with other dogs of the appropriate size, bring them down here. This is kept up by a group here in the village, so it's well maintained and great place to be able to bring your dog just to play and have a good time. So there are several restaurants right here in Tellico Village, and you have the restaurants in the golf course pro shops and the yacht club, of course, but then there are also several restaurants that are not officially affiliated with Tellico Village, but essentially right here in the village. So this is Lorenzo's Mexican restaurant. This is one of them, and I was in the mood for Mexican food today, so this is where we stopped for lunch. Another one of my favorites is Thai Bistro, which is right down the road here. So that's a really good Thai place. There's also another sushi place. There's an Italian restaurant. So several different restaurants in addition to the Tellico Village, official Tellico Village restaurants at the golf courses and at the yacht club. In addition to all the restaurants, there's actually quite a few other businesses in Tellico Village. So the main one that I wanted to highlight is the Food Line out here behind me. This is going to be the main grocery store for the village. It's literally right here in Tellico Village. So wherever you live, you're just going to be, a few minutes away. It's not a huge grocery store, but it really has everything you need. And then if you want to get to a larger grocery store, the closest one is going to be in Lenore City, just about 15 minutes away. And then there's a ton more in Knoxville. But so you have this grocery store right here in the village, and you have a bunch of other stuff like, a salon, a drugstore, there's a bank, really a bunch of stuff right here in the village. So if you live here in the village, you can get access to just about everything you need on, a daily, a weekly basis right here. And then just a 15 to 20 minute drive over in Lenore City or Knoxville, you're gonna have access to a lot more. If you are thinking about buying a home in Tellico Village, there's a few things that you need to understand to help you make a good decision about where you purchase and which house you purchase. So just to give you an overall idea about the layout of Tellico Village, Tellico Parkway is the main road that runs through the middle. And then you have communities or neighborhoods off Tellico Parkway. And of course, you've got the lake that runs along one side, and then just really farmland that runs along the other. But there are 3 different types of lots kind of overall in Tellico Village. Of course, you have lakefront lots. Those are going to be the most expensive by far. Then you have golf course lots. Those are going to be the second most expensive. And then you have all the other lots that are neither golf course front or lakefront. But most people are going to end up just buying a typical lot, like this one behind me. Nice wooded lot, but not on a golf course, not on a lake. And so that's what most people end up purchasing. And there's a few things that really go into the value of the lots here in Tellico Village that's important to understand. So number one thing is that parkway that runs through the middle that I mentioned. If you back up to that parkway, you're going to hear some road noise. So lots that back up to that parkway are going to be a lower value, or homes that back up to that parkway are going to be a lower value. Now there's also a lot of really steep lots. So if you have a driveway that's really steep down to the house or up to the house for that matter, it's going to decrease the price of it. So if you're looking, look at homes online and you see, some homes that seem lower priced for the home that they are, a lot of the time it's because of the lot they sit on. Maybe it's backing up to the parkway, maybe it's a really steep driveway or something like that. So as you're looking at those properties online, just keep in mind that the lot that it sits on plays a big factor in the price that that home is. So if you're looking at a property that looks like a really good value to you, it may be because it has one of those more undesirable features of a lot. Now, most people, when we talk with them, what they end up settling on for a home or a lot in Tellico Village is they say, okay, we don't really want to spend over $1 million to get on the lake. We don't want to spend the money to get on a golf course, but we would love to have a private lot and not a steep driveway, a relatively flat driveway. So looking for that private lot with a relatively flat driveway is what a lot of people kind of end up settling on. Just to give you an overall picture for the market in Tellico Village right now, there are getting close to 6,000 houses in Tellico Village. The number of total lots in the community is right around 6,800, but a lot of those are going to be really steep and potentially not buildable. So I don't have an exact count of the good buildable lots that's left, but it's only a few hundred. There's a few hundred homes being built here a year. And so that just gives you an idea. Within the next couple of years, most of those lots are going to be built out. And so it's getting harder and harder to find a property that really fits exactly what most people are looking for. That's where we come in, and we can really help people find something before it even hits the market that's going to really work for what they're looking for. So what we can do is we can get you access to homes just like this one that's behind us here. This is built by one of the really good builders out here in Tellico Village. And there's a lot of builders that build out here, a lot of really good builders that build out here. But we have those connections and we know those builders. And so we can get you access. For example, this property out here, not listed on the market or anything, but if you, for example, were looking for a property that fit the criteria here and gave us a call and asked us to help you out purchasing a property in Tellico Village, we could get you access to this property and many other properties like this that are under construction, and give you the ability to actually make an offer on a property and get it locked down under contract before it ever comes on the market. The other cool thing about buying a property like this is you're going to be able to pick out some of your selections, paint color, countertop colors, cabinet colors, flooring. So it gives you the ability to make some customizations. Probably the most important thing about knowing that you have this option is the majority of the really nice properties get sold just like this before they ever even hit the market. So if you are looking for a property in Tennessee, make sure that you give us a call. If you're moving next week, we can definitely help you get a property. But if you are looking to move, make sure you give us a call several months in advance. It's never too early to start that conversation, especially because a lot of these properties sell and they're still a few months away from being complete. So even if you just have questions about this, feel free to reach out to us. You can schedule a Zoom call with us, click on the link in the description, or scan this QR code. You can schedule a Zoom call directly with us, or just shoot us a text at the number on the screen here, and we'd be happy to help you out. Hopefully this video has helped give you a good understanding of what it's like to live in Tellico Village. Our goal at Living in Tennessee is to help you kind of know everything there is to know about living in Tennessee, the various communities. And our goal with our real estate team is to help you make a transition from wherever you're currently living to Tennessee. We know that can be a stressful transitioning, moving across the country, moving from state to state. And so we've helped tons of people just like yourself make that move. And we'd be happy to connect with you and talk through what that would look like to work with us. You can scan the QR code here on the screen, or you can click the link in the description to book a Zoom call with us, or simply text us at the number on the screen here. Even if you just have questions, happy to connect with you and answer those questions. Other than that, I will see you on the next video.